Two.
Hi guys, thanks for joining on. We're going to get started at past just to give people a chance to join on. So if you want to get your notepads and pens ready, because Emma's got lots to share with you, I'll grab a drink or whatever and we'll get started at past.
Oh, look, these are the big ladies, guys. Look. Katie, look. They're naked.
They're naked.
Look at the penis.
What? Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Another one. I don't know what you're talking about. What you want now?
You guys need one every day.
Hi everyone, we're just going to wait 1 more minute to give people a chance to join and then we'll get started. So if you haven't already, get your notepads and pens and a drink and we'll get started. Terry, you need to mute everyone. Therma's on, so that's good. Right, 1 more minute and we'll get going, guys. Right, we'll get started. Hi everyone, thanks for joining the call tonight. So we've got a very special guest speaker, Emma Snedden, who is upline to all of us. Emma's going to share her amazing story with us all and give us some tips as well on how to build a successful business, as she's been very successful herself. So you need to get your notepads and pens and make lots and lots of notes. Okay, I'm going to hand straight over to you, Emma.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
You all right? Have we got everyone on who's meant to be on?
I think so.
Right, give me 2 seconds. I'm on the wrong side of where I do my Zoom calls. If you ever had any of my Zoom calls, I'm always in the same place, so I need to swivel myself around because I do all my Zoom calls at 9. Most of us are mums and all my kids, my team, my kids to put to bed, so I'm doing the same. I'm just going to swivel you guys around, so sorry to make you dizzy for 1 second, and I'll be with you. Right, I'm here. So, how are you all? Everyone good? What do you want me to cover, Terry? Do you want to just like ask me some questions, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, so I said that I would ask you to share your story, please, and also it would give us sort of your top tips on how to build a successful business. Yeah,
of course. Now, do you know how to spotlight the video so that it's just my face on it? So then if you keep it recorded, it's easier to play it back, or do you want to just leave it on gallery mode?
I don't know how to do that.
Right, well, if I teach you now, I can teach everybody at the same time because it's really cool. So if you go onto because you're host, if you go onto my picture on the gallery and just right click on it. It'll come up spotlight video.
How do I go onto your picture? Just like click through everybody? And look
no, but if you look at me, can you find my picture when I'm talking? It should come up with me.
Yeah, you're on, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm talking, right click on it and put spotlight video, and then it will just come up with me.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I've got you on a laptop. Don't worry, it's fine. It's not important. I'll show you another time. But it's really when we record these, it's just a training thing actually. Just because when you record them and watch them back, it's easier for people who aren't on the call live to watch the call if it's just the person who's speaking rather than the gallery. Obviously, I love the gallery when we're on because you can kind of see what everybody's up to, and it's brilliant. But I think sometimes my experience when I've watched stuff back, if I can just see the person who's talking, it's easier. Anyway, so now you all know how to do that. So thanks very much for joining on the call. My name's Emma Snedden. I've been with the Juice Plus company for 4 years next month, actually, as a distributor. I joined the business. I always say you join the business as a customer first. So I was a happy customer, which was the reason why I decided to join the business in the first place. For me, the product just made sense. So I was a busy working mum. I'm sure a lot of you will have heard my story before. Maybe some of you were in Liverpool or you've seen me speak somewhere else. But for those of you who are pretty new, I know, Terry, like you've got a lot of new people in the team as well. I'm just going to give you an overview. So I was a 36-year-old busy working mum back in sort of 2012. I came across the Juice Plus product through John Holowatty, who was my personal trainer at the time. I'm sure you all know him as well. He was the guy that I used to meet in the gym every morning at 6:30. I went to the gym at 6:30 in the morning because it was the only time of the day that I could fit it in. I worked probably 90 hours a week most weeks in a corporate job. I've got 3 kids. I was really busy. Granted, one of my children is 19 now and the others are 9 and 6, but nevertheless I had a really busy, hectic life. So I don't have any time for the I don't have time brigade, right? When people say to me I haven't got time to do it, I'm like, show me someone who was busier than I was 4 years ago. We're all busy, right? Everybody's busy. I'm still busy now. Everybody's busy doing whatever. My mum hasn't worked for a long time and she's really busy doing nothing. I don't even know what she does with her days, but she'll always tell you how busy she is because it's just what we've got going on between our ears, telling ourselves how busy we are. But that was me. I said flat out no to the business because I was too busy. But actually, we all know, right? This business, you fit around your kids, your job, your life. It's a go about your business. Unless you're sitting in a black hole all day, you will be talking to people anyway, on Facebook anyway, on social media anyway. So that was me, and I just thought, they introduced me to the product first because I didn't really eat very well. I ate okay, so I didn't think I needed it, but actually it was, I had maybe the same 5 or 6 fruit and vegetables every day. I was tired, I was grumpy, I was on a treadmill of life. So when I was offered the business opportunity, I just said yes, almost. Like, I said no for 6 months, but once I was on the product, I said yes, which is a really key thing to remember, guys, that when people are on the product, the business opportunity is much easier to talk to them about because they're already on the product and they understand by the time they're getting a second delivery, joining the business, at that point, just it's crazy not to, because even if all you ever do is get your money back on your own product, it's worth doing. So for me, I started taking the product to lose a little bit of Christmas weight in January 2013. Absolutely loved it. Felt the benefits in terms of my energy levels almost straight away. Wasn't expecting it. I thought it was a weight loss product, which like a lot of people did. Even especially 4 years ago, that's what everybody thought. It was like a weight loss product. And then John just said to me, look, if you're feeling these sorts of benefits on the shakes, you'll feel 10 times better taking the capsules. And I'm a big believer in people join the business or buy the product from you because they know, like, and trust you. Like, this business is all about relationships. And the reason I joined the business and took the product was because I knew John, I liked him and I trusted him. And I knew he wouldn't be trying to flog me something that wasn't going to benefit me because I saw him every day. So where would that have ended up? If the product was crap and the business was crap, that would have been the end of our friendship. Do you know what I mean? So it was a no-brainer for me. And it's a line I use a lot when people say, oh, it's a scam or whatever. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I give the product to my children, my husband and my parents, the people I care about most in the world. I'm not going to give them a product. I might give myself something, you know, that's not dead good for us, but I certainly wouldn't give it to my children. And the business is the same. You're not going to bring your friends and your family into a business opportunity that isn't real. So when people say that, it just doesn't stack up. It doesn't make any sense. So because I loved the product and I started taking the capsules and I just was awake at night. So people used to say to me, where do you find the time to do the business? Because like, I still work 90 hours a week. I still have that crazy busy life, but I built, for the first 12 months, built this business around everything else I had going on. But the product gave me my evening. And that was really key for me because I used to fall asleep at like 8 o'clock at night, reading the kids a story. I'd be me that would fall asleep instead of them because I was shattered. If I was at home at all, a lot of the time I wasn't even at home. I was away staying in hotels. I was traveling or whatever. So the product gave me my evening back, and I built the vast majority of my business in what I used to call the 7 to 11 club. Like, the kids are in bed. They're not now. They don't go to bed now till about 9:30, unfortunately. But at that time, when they were younger, they used to go to bed at 7. So from 7 till 11, turn the telly off. And I worked on my business. So I worked all day in my corporate job and I worked all night on my business because I knew if I just put the time in, put the effort in, I would do events. I'd drive all over the country all day. I'd come home, put my kids to bed. I live in Manchester. I would drive to Newcastle, do an event, come home, drive back, go to bed at 4, get up at 7 or get up at 6 and do it all again. And I did that for 12 months and bloody hell did it pay off. Right? Yes, it was really hard work, but I was working hard anyway. And I just saw what was possible. And I thought, right, if I do everything I need to do every single day for 12 months, I sat my husband down and said, you need to give me 12 months. Just give me 12 months of babysitting, 12 months of not nagging me about not being here, 12 months to change our lives. And I promise you, it'll be better. Wherever we end up at the end of those 12 months, I didn't realize how good it was going to be, but I did know that it was going to be better than where we were. Because if you're moving at all forward, you're moving on. Yeah, it doesn't matter if the end of that 12 months I'd only been earning £1,000 a month more than before. That's still 12 grand a year more than I was earning, working 90 hours a week and never seeing my kids. So when I saw what was possible, and hopefully you guys have got a feeling already of what's possible in this business, I was like, if she's doing it, I'm doing it. If that person can do it, I can do it. Because there's nothing about anybody in this business who's super successful that you guys haven't got. Nothing, apart from whether you've got a bit of a work ethic, some ambition, and you create the time to do it. So if you currently are watching Big Brother at night, if you are currently watching Coronation Street at night, if you are currently not using your time productively, if you're ironing for 3 hours on a Sunday, guys, pack it in, because that's the time in which you can build your business and then you can pay somebody else to do your ironing. So those are the sorts of things where I just found time. And for me, I made a few sacrifices, but you know what? Make some sacrifices. They're not big ones. You're not having to sacrifice anything major, but I've maybe sacrificed a few nights out, sacrificed maybe a few social occasions so that I could work on my business, sacrificed a little bit of time with my kids probably in the first year so that I could maybe not put them to bed one night because I had to go up to Newcastle to do an event or whatever. But for me, those short-term sacrifices mean that now, I'm with my kids all the time, unless I choose to be away at an event or if I choose to go somewhere, which this business gives you choices. None of us were in Liverpool on Saturday because we have to be there. all of us were there because we chose to be there. Same with Birmingham. Birmingham's at the end of February. You don't have to be there. No one's going to come and knock you down, you know, fire you from your job or take your business off you if you don't go. But you really need to choose to be there, because those big events, and I'm sure Terry's told you all about what the impact that they have, but those big events will build your business for the next 6 to 12 months. No question about it. And I've said to all of the guys I've done Zoom calls for, if you go to Birmingham and you can honestly look me in the face at the end of it and say it wasn't worth it and it was a waste of time, I'll give you the money back that you paid for your ticket. Because I'm that sure of the benefits of going to the big events. We've got the best lineup of speakers I think I've ever seen. Terry will have been on that call this morning, probably at the NMD call, where we covered all the speakers. It's an amazing event, but it's not just that. It's not what you learn, it's how you feel when you walk out of there on Saturday afternoon. It's what you feel when you walk in there and there's 3,000 people all on the same vision, with the same vision as you, all on the same mission as you. If you've never been to one, you really need, even if you just go in, see it and walk back out again, right? You need to just experience what it feels like to be in a room full of people who are on the same journey as you. And that's all I did. I got stuck in. I went to every event that I could go to. I got on, like, we didn't have Zoom back then. This business is so easy now in terms of the accessibility to information, the accessibility to your uplines, the accessibility to some of the most influential speakers in the world, the accessibility to online to everything that you need to do to build this business is so easy now. I'm not saying the business is easy, but it's simple. And it's a darn sight easier than working 90 hours a week and never seeing your kids and your family. So that's all I did. When people say, what did you do? What was your secret? I used to get asked all the time. I'm sure you did as well, Terry. What's your secret and what you're doing? Do you know what the secret is? Not giving two hoots what anybody tells you about why you shouldn't do it. Because when you're really passionate about what you're doing and knowing that you can change your life in a year, I'm not saying that you can build your business up to the level of PMD in a year or 100 quid in a year. It's not about that. You make steps towards changing your life for the better, and you can do that in 12 months, whether that's earning additional income, whether it's getting more confident, whether it's getting healthy, whether it's going on a health journey of losing some weight or getting fit or whatever. If you just commit to whatever your goals are, some relationship goals, some health goals, some business goals, have some really clear goals for this year for you. This time next year, what do you want? You could be speaking on this call. This time next year, you'll be a guest speaker on somebody else's Zoom call talking about what you did this year. So you can sit and listen to somebody else, or you can go, if she can do that, I can do that. If she can build a business in a year, that means she could. I walked away from my corporate career in less than a year. So I started this business in not even 4 years ago, the end of February 2013, to earn £200 a month. I remember saying to John, we sat down, you know when you sit down with a new person, you say, right, what do you want to get out of this? Why are you joining? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, what's in it for you? And I said, well, if I could earn 200 quid a month, you know, around my kids and my job, then that would be £1,000 at Christmas. So that would be pretty cool because we never had it. And he was like, yeah, you can definitely do that. And he showed me what to do. And he just said, and I tell you, this was my training. He said, Emma, you need to bring in customers and you need to bring in team members and you need to do that consistently over time. And if you do that and you carry on doing it, you can make a fortune and you can change the lives of loads of people along the way. That was my training, right? So that's actually all you need to do. We overcomplicate it, we over-dramatize things, we think we need to know more than we do because we're so trained to think you need to know loads. I'm a qualified barrister. I went to uni for 4 years. I went to bar school for a year. So 5 years of my life I trained to be a barrister and I never did it. I never did it as a profession for very long, about 6 months. But I think because we're so trained that you have to train and train and train and learn before you can do anything, this business is not like that. This business is earn while you learn. And I love that about it. I'm a real action taker. Like I'm a real I don't need to know the nitty-gritty. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. No, I don't want. I got given a manual. I used to get given this like bag with a manual like that in. I never even opened it. I was like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So for action takers, the business is great because you can just go and start tonight, start tomorrow, and go and talk to some people. And that's all I did. So I thought, if I can just talk to people, I can build a business for 50 quid. Like I literally, if I have any problems now, it's because I don't understand why people don't get it. Like I don't understand you can change your life for 50 quid. Talking to people and doing a bit on social media. Don't overcomplicate it, guys. It's not complicated. Build some customers, bring some team members in and teach them to do the same. You can make a fortune and you can change the lives of hundreds and hundreds of people all along the way. So that's all I did. The first 12 months I worked like a banshee. I was absolutely And you know what? I haven't actually stopped, because that's the kind of person that I am. I've got a massive work ethic. I still nowhere near where I want to be. Everything I do now, as you guys are all in my downline somewhere, because Terry's, you're all in, we're all part of one massive team. And I love that, because that's why we all support each other. You can't do this business by yourself. So many of us get stuck in phones, like a bloody landline. So we're stuck like this on our phones, thinking that you have to build everything from your phone. Just look up sometimes from your phone and see what's out there. Have a look when you're in a shopping centre or in Tesco, and look at the number of people you're walking past. John and I do this. The first year in the business, we did a lot of travelling around to events. We used to play the motorway game. So for those of you who think that you've spoken to everybody, trust me, you haven't. There's billions of people in the world, you have not spoken to everybody. But we used to play the motorway game, because it can feel like that sometimes. Driving along and you're like, they don't know about, every car coming the other way, they don't know about Juice Plus, they don't know about Juice Plus, they don't know about Juice Plus, they don't know about, because look how many cars come the other way when you're driving the motorway. I go to the Trafford Centre, for those of you who ever been to the Trafford Centre in Manchester, and sometimes I'll just look, like go and stand and look over the thing and look at how many people there are shopping on a Saturday while Man United are playing at the football ground. So there's 80,000 plus people in Manchester's football ground. There's another 60 or 70,000 in Man City football ground. And the Trafford Centre is packed. And Manchester City Centre is packed, right? That's more customers than we have in a month just in one end of Manchester City Stadium. And the rest of Manchester is still packed. That's how big the world is. And only 1% of them know about Juice Plus or take the product. Know about it's probably a bit higher than that, but it's not that much. It's not that much. And we have this like fear where we think, oh, everyone's going to think that you're trying to sell them something. This product is amazing. I really hope a lot of you were in Liverpool at the weekend, because you'll have walked out of there feeling like you could conquer the world, feeling like you could do anything, but actually feeling an obligation. If you take this product and you benefit from it, you should be telling everybody else about it. Not for you, for them. Because you know something that they don't know. And I really take 100% responsibility for my business. And this is something that, for those of you who've been in the business a little bit longer, it's really important training to do. I think it's on my YouTube channel where I talk about taking responsibility. If somebody doesn't buy this product through me or from me or join the business, I don't think that it's their fault. I think I haven't explained it properly. I haven't shown them the value in it for whatever reason. That takes time. But taking responsibility for where you are, taking responsibility for where you want to go, and knowing that this business, you can build it 100%. You can. Every single one of you can build this business up to whatever level you choose to build it at. But you have to work out what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, it's like going into a travel agent and just going, oh, I just want to go anywhere. Okay, what's your budget? Don't know. How many of you are going? No idea. Do you want it to be hot or cold? I don't know. Like, no one does that. You don't build a house not having any idea what the house is going to look like at the end. You build a house knowing you've got some foundations, you've got some plans, you've got a vision of what it's going to look like at the end. You plan out the rooms, where your furniture is going to go. This business is the same. You've got to at least have some vision of what it is that you want out of it, and you work backwards from that. So if your goal is National Marketing Director, the first question I would ever say to somebody is why? Why is your goal National Marketing Director? And I bet you people go, oh, I don't know, just cause. Okay, so work out whatever your goal is. My goal was to take my kids to school myself, right? That's not a financial goal, but I needed to be financially out of the situation I was in so that I could take my kids to school in the morning at 9 o'clock, not 8 o'clock, and pick them up at 3 o'clock, not 6 o'clock. That was my goal. That was what got me out through the difficult days and all the stuff at the beginning. I wanted to be debt-free by the end of the first year, because we'd never been debt-free since we met. So those goals I knew would change our life. One very personal one, like an emotional goal, but the debt-free one I knew would just take the stress out of our lives in less than 12 months. So set yourself some really clear goals. Be really clear that you have all the support. You have everything you need. There's not some big secret that you're not aware of. I promise you. You have everything you need. If Terry is your upline, you have everything you need. She's got an amazing work ethic. She's built an amazing team. That doesn't just happen by magic. It's because she's got plugged into the system. She's built some relationships, built some friendships. So ask the questions. You're in an amazing team of people there that can help you. This leg of this business is so incredibly strong. Like upline for Terry, you've got Rachel. I'm going to miss somebody out now and get in trouble, but you've got Rachel Allen, Charlotte Key, Scott Henley, Jay Bates, me, John Holloway, Rob Molyneux, Alex Webb. You've got about, I don't know, probably 300 years worth of experience in this business just in this leg. Like, you couldn't be anywhere better. You couldn't have more support than you've got where you are right now. So you're in the right place with the right product, in the right team at the right time. So the only variable in this now, guys, is you guys. And I would really look at it and think, if she can do it, I can do it. Because, you know, there's nothing special about any of us who have reached a level of success in this business, other than we never gave up. We never took it personally, or if we did, we learned from it. This is not personal. If someone says no to you, that's cool. Next. Next, next, next. The world is huge. Don't take it personally. Don't you divorce yourself from the outcome, because I'll tell you what happens, and Terry will tell you the same, I'm sure. People come back, right? When you are consistent consistent on your Facebook, consistent on your life, consistently taking the product, consistently sharing it, promise you, when you're 4 years in like me, people are going, they're doing that like Juicy thing. Yeah. And now they want to know. Now they're interested. Some of them still aren't, and that's fine, because they dug themselves such a big trench in the first place, they're struggling to get out of it. But I'll be consistently taking this product and in this business for the rest of my life. You have my assurance on that. And my heart and my home and my passion is right here with this company. There is no better place to be. There's no better product on the planet. There's no better team of people around you to support you. And you've got that support from me, from John, and from all your uplines that are here and now. We absolutely love the product. We absolutely love the business. And it's got to the point now, I'm sure it's the same for Terry, that she wants this for every single one of you more than she probably ever even wanted it for herself. So get yourselves to Birmingham. Understand that this is not a complicated business. But even when you get it wrong, right, it doesn't matter, because you're doing more than the people who are doing nothing. Even that's how you learn. There's not a single professional footballer in the world who got up and scored a goal the first time they kicked the ball. There's not a single professional golfer who hits the ball bloody straight every time they hit it, even now. And they play hours and hours and hours every day. Right? Those guys, that's what they do for a living. Look at professional darts players, right? I love watching the darts over Christmas, because those guys, they practice and practice and practice, and they're the best in the world at what they do. And you're even practicing on Christmas Day because they don't want the other guy to get one over on them. You've got to take action on your business every single day. You've got to start talking to people every single day. If you are playing a game of conversation tennis, you're one side, the other person's there. If neither of you ever pick up that ball and whack it to the other side, there's no game. If neither of you start a conversation, there's no conversation. So this is your business. Each and every one of you have your own business. If this was a shop, you would never just open your door, sit at the back and hope that someone's going to come in and buy something from you. Right? You've got to launch your business. You've got to share your business. You've got to shout about what you're doing. You've got to be better than the guy beside you. But the beauty of what we do is we all do it together. We walk backwards. We take each other with you. This business, this team is like nothing else that there is out there. So just get stuck in. Ask for help if you need it. Don't sit quietly at home struggling. If you're struggling, ask. But as long as you're working, as long as you're putting the effort in, you'll always get all the help that you need to build this business to whatever level you choose it to be at, whether that's £100 a month or 100 grand a month or anywhere in between. That bit is entirely down to you. Hope that helps.
Oh, thank you so much, Emma. I'm conscious of the time because I know you've got a call straight after. So.
That's all right. I've got 8 minutes.
Oh, but yeah, thank you so much. So inspiring, and I'm sure you guys have got loads from that. And we're so lucky to have you as our client too.
Hey, listen, I'm just really passionate about what we do, and I know you are as well. And it's hard sometimes to get that across to people, you know, because for me, I'm still a baby in this business. I look at this business, and I'll kind of finish on this, but I look at this business a bit like bringing a child up, right? So when you have a baby, you haven't got a clue what you're doing, but you never leave them to their own devices. And this business is like your baby. So loads of you, I'm sure, are parents, right? Even at 4 years old, my baby is now just starting school, right? That's where my baby is. Just about, probably not even yet, starting school in about 6 months, right? There's no way I would walk away from my baby and leave it, you know, a 4-year-old. If you're in less, and you are all in the business less than that because you're all in my team, so none of you can have been in the business any longer than me. So your babies are younger than mine. You never leave your baby at home on its own, right? You never walk away from your baby for a weekend, right? This baby comes everywhere with you. So that until it can stand on its own 2 feet, until it's independent, which is about 4 to 6 years before you'd ever even leave a kid on its own to watch the telly, right? This business is your baby. This business is your future. Your future for you and your real life children. Your future for you and your real life partner. This baby that you've got in your hands, you have to nurture it, you have to look after it, you have to value it, you have to care for it. You never leave it by itself. You never expect it to prosper without you. You never expect it to just be all right by itself. This baby that you have here is going to grow up, and one day it'll be a 4-year-old baby like mine, and it'll be on its way to school, and it'll be a little bit more independent, but you still need to look after it, buy it clothes, look after it, nurture it, care for it, and every single day you do something to make that child's life better. That's what this business is. This business is your baby. You choose to leave your baby to one side for a few days. What do you think is going to happen to your baby? Not going to be in a good situation when you go back. This business is the same. Do something. I don't care what it is, but do something every day for the next 30 days, then the next 30 days, and the next 30 days, and your business will move forward with you. But if you don't move your business forward, it ain't going to go anywhere. It's simple as that. So look after it like you would look after your baby. I've got to run.
I've got WhatsApp messages flashing up at the top saying she's amazing, she kills it, and another one from Shan in my team saying I'm never leaving my baby.
Never leave your baby. Even if that's all you remember from everything I've just said for the last half an hour, just remember you would never leave your baby to fend for itself. This business is your baby, but this business will create the optimum life for the babies that you've got in the real world. So don't ever leave your baby. And I see you all in Birmingham. I'm closing at Birmingham now on the Saturday as well, so I'm looking forward to just spending some time with you all. Come to the party, come and say hi. Don't not come and say hello. Come and say hello. Come and say you're on the call or whatever, and like introduce yourself, because that's what we're there for, to meet everybody and share everything. And thanks very much. Sorry, I've literally flown through that, but I've got an opportunity call now at 9 as well. So jump on it if you want to. It's the numbers in the group. If you want to come on and see how I share the business and the product with people, I'd love to have you guys on the call if you're free. If not, I'll see you all. I'll tell you what we've got coming up. I've got Birmingham and Bolton and Dave O'Brien at both of them Friday and Saturday next week. It'll be epic. Can't remember the rest. They're in the groups. Okay, I'm sweating.
Amazing, thank you so
much. Okay, then see you later. I'm going to have to end the call.
See you in about 4 minutes.
Bye.
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 Bye.